Hey, I'm Morgan from the very unofficial travel guides, and today I'm going to tell you about my 5 must-see things at Disney's Hollywood Studios. This is a new series I've been working on this vacation here at Disney in Florida. Today it's kind of a windy, cold day. I hope you can hear me okay. And as I've said in the other videos in this series, I'm not saying that I think these are necessarily the 5 best attractions here. These are just my 5 favorites, I guess. The 5 things that if I have to pick, these would be the 5 things I would do at the park. One attraction that is definitely on my personal 5 must-see attractions here at Disney Hollywood Studios is Muppet Vision 3D. I just love this attraction. I think it's so charming and so funny. It has also one of my favorite pre-shows of any Disney attraction. And basically what the attraction is a 3D movie starring the Muppets. But they've got features built into it where the 3D sort of seamlessly joins with real life stuff, and this was one of the first, if not the first, of these kind of 3D, or I guess you'd call it 4D attractions used in amusement parks. And for me, even though it's a little bit perhaps outdated, it's just a classic, and I can't imagine coming to the park and not doing Muppet Vision 3D. Next up on my list of 5 must-see things at Disney's Hollywood Studios is, of course, the Hollywood Tower of Terror. I'm not really sure how to describe how awesome this ride is. From the theming, to the pre-show, to the ride experience itself, it's just amazing. And it's a mix of haunted house, free fall ride, and dark ride. And this is one of a kind. There are other Tower of Terror rides at other parks. And of course, if you're a big fan of Disney, you'll know that the Tower of Terror at California Adventure in California is being re-themed to Guardians of the Galaxy. So say goodbye to that Tower of Terror. And we're all hoping that they never do that here to the original, because this is really just the best. I'm currently standing in front of one of the most popular rides in the park, and definitely one on my list of 5 things to do here. It's called Midway Mania, or some people know it as Toy Story Spin. It is a mix between ride and game and 3D movie, and it's a lot of fun. You ride through in spinning cars and you go through several different scenes, and each rider has like a gun, a cannon in front of them, and you have to pull on the string to shoot, and you shoot at targets for points. So it's a game you can play against the other people you're riding with. However, it's very popular, and so it's something I definitely recommend that you get a fast pass if you have the possibility to do that. One definite must-see ride on my list here at Disney's Hollywood Studios would be the Great Movie Ride. This is one of the old school dark ride type attractions where you sit in a vehicle and move through different scenes in the dark. That's why it's called a dark ride. And some of them are cute, and some of them are a little bit scary, and some of them are funny. And in every ride, train or vehicle, I guess you could call it, there is a live person who interacts with the things that are happening around you, and that makes it kind of special. They just don't build rides like this anymore, and I think that's something that makes it worth riding, and usually there's not a line for it, but today there was a huge line for it, so I don't know what that's about. Another absolute must-see on my list of 5 things would be Fantasmic, the gigantic outdoor nighttime spectacular. It is a show to beat all shows. Of course, I will say, and I think a lot of people will say, the Disneyland California version is a little bit more magical, but as sort of like a touring version, I don't know if you want to call it that, as the second version of the show ever produced. This one is pretty spectacular as well. You'll see all the Disney heroes, all the Disney villains, a lot of Disney magic, fireworks, some great music, and I can't imagine coming to the park or spending a vacation here and not going to see Fantasmic, and I really would highly, highly recommend that you do it too, especially if you've never seen it before. I just think you're not gonna believe what you see and the feelings that it gives you when you watch this show. And especially for kids, I don't think there's any other show where you literally see all the Disney heroes and the Disney villains. It can be a little bit scary, and where in the end you'll see that good prevails over evil. And that concludes my list of 5 must-see things at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and as most true Disney fans know, the park is changing, and a lot of it is going to be different soon. One of the biggest things that affects this list is that the Great Movie Ride is going to be closed very soon and transformed into Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad. While I'm kind of sad to see the classic attraction go, it is kind of outdated, and I'm not going to complain a lot until I know what the new attraction is like. Also, Toy Story Land will be opening next summer, and I guess the summer after that, Galaxy's Edge, the entire Star Wars area, will be opening as well. And let's hope that the Muppet Vision 3D isn't also going to be sacrificed in these transformations. That's something that I would be disappointed about. Let me know your thoughts about this list and the construction projects in the comments below, and the secret word is popcorn.